World government proves they control the narrative. Prevalent theme through all this, hands. 50 doctors have died in Italy from coronavirus. Viral loads. Flu vaccines weaken resistance. Welcome, this is me, Yeltrah Nehpets, with the 9:45 o'clock news at 4:05 in the afternoon in the UK. Let's just have those headlines again, because you know it's like when it's live. You never know what gets picked out and kicked out. And these are some pretty serious headlines. World government proves they control the narrative. Prevalent theme through all this, hands. 50 doctors have died in Italy from coronavirus. Viral loads. Flu vaccines weaken resistance. So let's start off with this, they control the narrative, right? Let's just get some of that there. So they have proved that they can take on social media. They can control the narrative. You've probably seen below a lot of all videos, even mentioning corona, as sort of a little link to the NHS information, which is about as useful as nothing. And they can just control stuff. They can take me down when they want. They can kick out the most likely time that your video is going to go, if it's going to go, which is in the first few hours basically. So if they disrupt that, you've basically got no chance. You know, and they're doing it quite well, really. Well, hats off to them in a sense. You know, they're doing a good job at keeping the narrative the way they want it. Right, what should we do first? Let's have a look at some of the facts or stories that are running around here at the moment, and that's one is flu vaccines weaken your immune system. So let's have a look at this. Here's a web page that I hope you can see, and the title here, bombshell, flu shots scientifically proven to weaken immune response in subsequent years. So let's read here. Dr. Ronald Klatz, president of the A4M, on October the 18th, 2017, says the war of words between proponents of vaccines of many different kinds that save the world's population and those that have proved the detriments thereof will go on for many years. Every other study seems to prove their hypothesis one way or another. Now, I don't understand what side he's on, do you? A medical study conducted at the Ohio State Medical Center found that women who received flu vaccines had a weakened immune system response in subsequent years. That's not very good, is it? Subsequent years. Lisa Christian, PhD, a lead researcher on the study, concluded, growing evidence shows that those who received a flu shot in the prior year have a lower antibody responses in the current year. So growing evidence shows that the next year you'll be worse off. The study proves yet again that the official narrative of the flu shot industry and its complicit corporate-run media is false and deliberately deceptive. Far from offering bulletproof protection, flu shots actually make people more vulnerable to influenza infections, which of course contributes to more people catching the flu and then falsely thinking they need more flu shots for more protection. Yet it is the flu shots themselves that are leading to an increase in influenza infections. The flu vaccine, in other words, perpetuates the myth that flu vaccines are needed by ensuring influenza spreads more rapidly than would otherwise occur. In effect, flu vaccines spread the very infections that generate more demand for flu vaccines. The structure is a perfect, self-perpetuating medical hoax rooted in fake science and the relentless media. Wow. But also, I think we're seeing, this other headline, 50 doctors have died in Italy from coronavirus. Well, I couldn't find the reference to 50 doctors dying, but I did find this. It's going to take ages to open because I haven't opened it. Excuse me. I cough all the time. I smoke, so I'm always coughing. Seems to do good, actually, sort of clear the old lungs up. Right, because I haven't opened this, so it's just taking ages to load their black screen. Don't worry, it will come. Here we go. So this is what I could find. Sorry if my head's in the way a bit. 5 more Italian doctors die battling coronavirus. 13 medics have now lost their lives, with 2,629 health workers infected. 8.3 of the country's total. Now, when I heard about the 50 doctors, it was on LBC. They were talking about viral loads. So, before your body has produced antibodies to this particular virus, and you've got the virus coming in, and if you're just getting loads and loads and loads, is your body going to be able to cope? Is it because the doctors are working so hard and then having high viral loads, which is causing their deaths? Or is it something else? Look at the people who have flu vaccines. Well, it's all the old people and doctors and nurses. They also have the flu vaccine. So if this comes out that a higher proportion of doctors and nurses have died from this, in a sense, we won't necessarily know whether it was because of the viral loads or because they'd been having flu vaccines for years. So that the jury will be out on that, and we will certainly have to have a look at that. Right, so the next thing we've got a professor, and he's talking about this prevalent theme being hands. We've got him on the line now.
Well, it seems to be all about hands, Michael. Sorry, Yeltrah.
That's all right.
Yes, hands seems to have been the theme with the coronavirus ever since the beginning. If we go back, we remember we had the advice to wash our hands before we touched anything or after we touched anything. Washing the hands was the first thing we were told to do. So attention was focused on the hands from the beginning.
Yes, it was. Yes.
What do you touch? Who do you touch? And then what do you do with your hands? You wash your hands. Then what else have we had with hands? We had the clapping. The clapping has been the thing which has pulled the people together. It's their only way, if you like, to reach out to each other and say, look, I'm here. I'm still here. We're all here. We're all in this together. And the symbolism of that was the hands. So what else are we going to see connected with hands? Is there going to be a vote? Or is there going to be an implant implanted into the hands like the mark of the beast from the book of Revelation? Yes, a lot of people are interested in this. There is actually something else going on with the hands. As we know, over the past few years, hand shapes have been analysed. People making hand shapes of pyramid and an OK sign with the reference to the 666 and the all-seeing eye. Now, I think we're actually going to see more about hands and what it is with hands and to do with intentions. In fact, there's a very expert meditator now who's talking about this, and he's talking about your hand positioning while you meditate. Yes, no, I don't know his name, and I think he's keeping his videos secret. Yes, bizarre, really, yes.
Strange.
Yes. But yes, so hands has been the theme, so we'll wait and see what else we can see. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Goodbye, young Einstein. Yes, thank you very much for that. That was fascinating. Where are we? So that was a particularly fascinating thing, and I think we're going to be hearing more from young Einstein in the future. He's one of our correspondents, you know. So we have done that, I think. Right, yes, we're getting that. Right. We're going to do, this is going to be a regular spot here. We're just going to have a quick look at the mood chart. And so this is the long-term one. You see, it goes all the way back to 3724 BC. And these are the smaller waves are men's moods, so the long mood wave, and the bigger ones are women's. And here are the two combined. And this is where we are right now, 2020. And men will reach this peak here in 2060, and women will reach the bottom here in 2128. And then men will come down. So we'll actually see a low point down there in about 2500. But this is where we are now. So we've come down from here, 1263 there, and we've come all the way down, and we started going up a little bit in the 1800s, and we're just there. So we've got a little bit higher to go, and then boom, down again, when we will see the seventh trumpet and everything else wonderful in God's plan. Okay, so this is the chart that you can see where you are on a regular basis. So we've got the day, the month, the year, 19 year, 798 and 2001-28, as you've just seen on the other chart. So today men hit their peak at high noon. So for the daily wave, we're coming down, and women hit their bottom of the daily wave and are coming up. The month, we're very nearly at the half moon here. So men are on their way down on the moon, and women are on their way up. And as for the year, where we were spring equinox, so we're at the crossing point. Men are on their way up, women are on their way down, unless you're born in the southern hemisphere. If you're born in the southern hemisphere, men, you're at your top, women, you're at your bottom. So there is where you are on the wave. Right, now we've got a very special guest actually coming up for you now. He's called Bobby Zechnas, something like that, and he's actually going to play a song. So let's go over to him now, see if we can get hold of him. Hi, Bobby.
Hi, Bob. Hi,
You're Bob.
Yeah, I'm doing fine here. down in Sacramento, California. Yeah.
Well, what are you going to play?
Okay, we're gonna play Wild Horses by one of your guys, Rolling Stones.
Cool. Cool.
Let me see. Childhood living, it's easy to do. The things that you wanted, I bought them for you. Restless lady, you know who I am. You know I can't let you
fantastic. Bobby Zechnas. Yeah, great finish there. Great finish. So then, we've come to the end of our program, and nope, that's not going to work. Let me just do this. And have a look if anyone's chatting. So, see you when we do this next time. Ciao. For now.